The time being 5:30 p.m., Monday, July the 3rd, 2023. First item on the agenda is roll call. Present.
Present.
Here.
Here. Present. Present.
Do we have a motion to excuse absent members?
So moved, Chairman.
Do we have a second? Do we have a second to excuse absent members? Nobody gonna second it or what?
A second to excuse the absent members.
Oh, okay. Already seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, same sign. Motion carries. Item 2 is the approval of minutes of March the 7th, 2023, regular call meeting. Do we have a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Do we have a second?
I move, a second.
Any discussion? You're not all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against, same sign. Motion carries. Item 2B is revenue report for the months of March, April, and May of 2023.
Good afternoon, Chairman, board members. Just to introduce myself, my name is Frank Nunez. I am the new Tierra golf manager. It's a pleasure to be here. And I'm just excited to take this endeavor that was granted to me. So I'm gonna try my best to keep this beautiful golf course going and bring people in. So for the revenue history, last year we had 74,795.69, and to this year we have 71,382.16. It's a difference of $3,413.53. I guess we started up the month slow. I know it's picking up real good. We've had a lot of people coming in, play golf on the weekends, even in the weekdays, in the afternoons. Our sundowners are going very well. So hopefully for next report, I'll have better numbers. So, any questions?
Well, you do have a report on March, April, and May. So it's part of the revenue history summary. Do you have any questions on any of that?
None of those. No,
I know that in March we did better than last year.
that's right.
Yes, sir.
And we
That's
didn't do
correct.
as well in April and May, but in March we did very well. So how does June been looking right now, Frank?
June is looking good, sir. I know we had a big tournament. We had a PSJ Bears tournament. We had the Southwest tournament, and that one went very well for us. Unfortunately, the people that were gonna donate the food didn't work out, so we had to provide food for 125 people, and that helped us out a lot. We made over $2,000 on that golf tournament alone. So there's a couple of other tournaments that are coming up. I've gotten calls from Donna ISD. They want to come and have their tournaments here. Uh, I know San Juan, Mr. Bob Garza, they were going to have golf tournament in Los Lagos, but he wants to move it back to Pharr. So there's a couple of them that are coming back to Pharr. So because I guess they heard it's in there's different management going on now, so they want to come back and to the city of Pharr. So
I was commenting to Frank earlier that he needs to make sure we look at our average revenue that we have for the weekend, so that we don't charge less than the average revenue that we have on a weekend for a tournament. because otherwise we're losing money.
Mhm.
There's no reason for us to have a golf tournament if we're losing money for, especially in the weekends, because that's when they want a tournament. Now, if it's during the week, it's a different story.
Yes, sir.
And you have to figure out what's the average income that we make during the week. But if it's on a weekend, we need to make sure that whatever tournament we have, we charge the average revenue that we make in the golf course
For that.
Yes, sir.
for that day.
Yes, sir.
So, any other comments from the board members?
Just, Mr. Chairman, again, before everybody, before the meeting was called to order, we had talked about maybe Mr. Nunez looking into a machine that dispenses balls for practice and maybe
We can discuss that in operations, I mean.
in operations?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm sorry.
that's okay, that's okay. Just as far as the
porque no había-
revenues are concerned right
Yes, sir.
now. But as far as the revenues, I think so far we have 836,000. And it seems like if we go in that direction, we'll make as much, maybe a little more than what we made last
That's
year.
correct, sir.
And that's the first time, last year was the first time we broke $1 million. So if we can break $1 million again this year, it's a good sign that we're doing great things on our
Yes,
golf
sir.
course.
We're
So,
working on it, sir.
Can I ask something, Mr.
yeah,
Chairman?
go ahead.
First of all, welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
How long have you actually already been on the golf course, Frank? Working in that capacity?
I've been there about 4 weeks.
Have you had enough time to kind of gauge, um, as far as the revenues are concerned, where we want to go, like Commissioner Medina just said, as far as trying to make more money and
Yes,
not
sir.
minimize? So you've already had,
Yes,
and I'm sure that's something that you'll be giving us in the near future so that.
that is correct.
Okay.
You know, and just to add to that, sir, you know what, I have a great team. I was blessed with a great team. I know Ms. Myra Ledesma, she's been helping me tremendously, you know, and also Mr. Alanis, Sergio Alanis, he's been right there next to me. And, you know, we're going to get this golf course to where it should be, you know, and that's one thing that I take pride on my work. And, you know, I showed it where I was before, and, you know, it's going to come over here too, because I see the people that are out there golfing, and a lot of them are friends of mine, and you know, I get compliments, and you know that means a lot, because from they're complimenting us, and that's going somewhere else. So people want to know, okay, well, what's going on over here, you know? And but like I said, I'm lucky to have an awesome team behind me, and you know, you only as good as the team that you have, and we're gonna do very well. I assure you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Frank.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to add something too,
Go ahead.
Mr.
Mike.
Chairman. Frank, thank you for being here, and just wanted to mention that in the community, I've already heard great things about the little bit that you've been doing, a little bit of time that you've had,
Thank you.
right? I've already heard that things are a lot more friendlier around the course, but I would echo what the chairman said, because it was kind of a constant thing that our last golf pro had mentioned, is that tournaments don't make money.
Right.
If you're going to have a tournament, you're going to lose out on people that are going to come in and that are going to spend money.
Correct.
So I think having that revenue and being able to compare it against how much we would make during a tournament is going to be very important.
Yes, sir. And I will have that information for you guys in the next meeting, and moving forward, you know, we're gonna revisit that and take the best course of action for that. Yes, sir.
Okay. Motion for approval of the revenue report.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Been moved in second. Any discussion? You're not all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Again, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item C, the golf course operation report.
That's me too. Yes, sir. The operation report, I know right now our greens were kind of brown. They were turning brown. For some reason, there was some miscommunication on the watering process. Now we're watering three times a day. every day, so the greens are coming back. I know Mr. Arturo Lopez is gonna come back to help us out. I brought him back from the island. Luckily, I convinced him to come back, and he's been helping us out on the weekends. He's been coming in and looking at our greens. I've been out there with him and everything. So hopefully, in a couple of months, he's gonna have that golf course back to 100%. And I'm, I'm out there every day with the guys, the irrigation guys, with landscaping guys, checking out the golf course, making sure that it's been watering good, and whatever we need to do to get it up to par.
Well, I know that there were some comments made about some leaks out there, so make sure that whenever there's leaks, you're calling Sergio or somebody to go help you.
Yes,
If
sir.
we can get the
Well,
staff to make sure we.
and
take
with
care of
that
those.
said, Mr. Chairman, I know I talked to Mr. Lopez. I told him, look, we have some leaks that they're gonna have to be fixed. We've had some. I know we've had sprinkler heads that were 1 inch underground, and they found them. So that's things that we're gonna have to fix. And Mr. Lopez understand that he has a little task in front of him, but with him, me and him together, we'll get it going. Yes, sir.
Any comment?
Yeah,
Comments?
of course, of course. No, Mr. Nunez, I was telling the group here, or the members, that we were playing Sunday morning, and we started 6:45, as you well know, our
Yes,
little
sir.
group.
Mhm.
And there was still lots of watering going on, and the
Right.
guys could see us, so they turn them off,
Right.
let us go by.
Right.
But and they were on both sides,
Mhm.
front and back. Do we need to water that late or
That early?
that early before you start play, or can we do it uh, after midnight or 10 o'clock at night or something like that? We don't have the means to do that.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, sir. That some of the sprinklers we have to turn them on manually. Yes. So that's the problem, and that's one thing that Mr. Lopez is going to work on as soon as he comes in, to get everything going with the computer that we have. That way we know, they're
No.
it's gonna be watering
Yeah,
at night.
we're not complaining about the way the fairways
Sure,
look.
sure.
I mean, of course, we have problems with the greens, but
Right.
everything looks green. It's just that when you start play and you get those carts going and it's wet,
Wet. Yes.
we're ruining our beautiful fairways.
Definitely. Yes,
So-
sir.
Can I ask? So obviously not having them automatic is a deterrent to what you're trying to accomplish.
Mhm.
So you have I'm sure, a set schedule already, because it requires your personnel to turn them on and turn them off.
Right. Yes, sir.
I'm wondering if what Jaime was saying, we can rope off certain areas, especially so that we don't go in with the carts, and we already know that you have some low areas. I don't
Mhm.
know if that's something in the interim that we could do while we get Arturo to work
Start
on the
fixing.
automated portion of it, because that's going to take some time as well.
And with that said, sir, I know we have rope areas, but people still drive through them.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I played yesterday morning, and I was playing and patching those ropes up. Because again, people just
I think what George is saying is that there are some parts of the fairway where you get a lot of accumulation
yes.
with very little irrigation.
Hmm.
And maybe the first thing in the morning is one of your guys goes around and checks and says, okay, I'm going to put some rope around this little area.
Okay.
Because it's not the entire place.
No,
It's some areas.
some areas.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Maybe something like that, right, Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's, yeah, exactly what Jaime was saying. And that was, as I said, I know you already assessed it, and you got a good sized task in front of you, but we appreciate what you're doing, obviously.
Thank you, sir.
And then the last thing, if
Okay,
I may
go ahead.
bring that up, if you would look into a golf ball dispensing machine
Yes, sir.
and see how, if I just saw that this month we made $5,000 of buckets.
Mhm.
And that's, closing early and somebody tending manually,
Yes, sir.
maybe we could
I will
improve
look
on that,
into that.
on
Yes,
that
sir.
revenue.
Definitely.
Okay? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Great. Any other comments?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
With this, with Arturo coming in and you guys drove around and saw the greens, the condition and all that,
Mhm.
right? Did he give you a time frame more or less when the greens would start looking a lot better or at least better than what they are?
He only said probably like 2 months, 2 to 3 months that he'll have them back
Really?
to green. Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
So
as long as we
we'll
have
see.
them by the time that winter Texans.
Yeah.
That's why I told him as long as they're good when the winter Texans come back because they're the number one people that are gonna make us or break us.
Well, Frank, I'd like to welcome you for for coming on board as a manager for the golf course. I think it's great as far as the comments that are going around that people are a lot more friendlier
Yes, sir.
in the golf course. That's what we want. We want to make sure we have a people person out there that's
Sure.
not only you but everybody else that works there. That everybody's welcome. Just like when they go into Walmart and there's somebody greet you, welcome to Walmart. I think we need to do the same thing in the
Of
golf
course.
course. Everybody needs to be friendly. I remember when I worked at the hospital. The orientation was whenever you see a patient, you tell them good morning, good afternoon, so that they feel welcome when they're at the hospital. That's the worst place you want to be.
Yes, sir.
But when you welcome them there, I mean, they feel at home, and so
Right.
that's what you want them to feel. So
The
Thank
golden
you.
rule.
yeah, thank you for
Mr. Chairman, and that happens I'm there 3 or 4 times a week. And the people in the front, always welcome anybody that comes in.
Mhm.
And same thing in the kitchen.
that's
Yes.
great.
Yes, sir.
And I want to thank our city manager, Ricardo Rodriguez, for being here today with us. City attorney. I already changed his title.
Yeah.
I already changed his title. The city attorney. We usually don't have the attorney here, but I'm glad that he came.
No, definitely. Yes, sir.
Spoiled the surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprise for us, but thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't want to change it. Sorry about that. But thank you for being here. Any other comments from the board? If not, we have a motion for adjournment.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, against same sign. Motion carries. We adjourn. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.